This video will show the fastest and easiest way to max your alchemy skill as soon as you start the game without using any glitches. Prepare for hidden Skyrim mechanics and engage in level 1 giant fighting by making them fight each other until there are no more giants left in Skyrim. Dynamite fishing on the coast of the Northern Sea, demonstrating why magic was invented in the first place, and prepare to collect so much garlic that'll make any vampire lords cower in fear as soon as they find themselves in a 10-mile radius away from your dragonborn. If you find any new information in this video, hit that like button and we'll do a series of all Skyrim skills, leveling them up with equally dodgy mechanics. The game was played on the PlayStation 5 and it was the anniversary edition. The only mod used was the alternative start mode. So let's get into the video. As any good story, it starts with a character creation where the mythical figure that sold its soul to the devil for power, Faust, was born. He's a dark elf, as it is only fitting for one of the descendants of the Velothi to be the one that engages in the occult arts and become the best alchemist of all time. We start the journey in the town of Riverwood, where as a first task we get ourselves a follower. We recruit Faendal by helping the bloke woo the village wench, and then instead of taking the left path toward Whiterun, we choose the right one, hugging the mountain here. We do this because we don't want to trigger a scripted event in the game. We need to leave it for later, as it will give us power beyond our current level and will allow us to simply stroll upon giant camps, watching them in despair as their own kind turns on itself. So we hug the wall to the left and set our sights on this particular standing stone. We grab the power from the heavens themselves and then hurry to Whiterun. Now this standing stone might be the most broken thing in Skyrim. Usually you can only have one follower at a time, but the ritual stone allows you to have as many followers as you want, and more than that, it is not dependent on the level. As any good Skyrim player knows, every time you start the game and hurry with the dragon news to the Jarl, you are greeted by an event where the companions take down this blue gentle giant over here, and where Aela berates you for being useless because you did not help at all in the fight. Well, this time, joke's on her, as Faust's destiny is to eradicate the race of giants from Tamriel. We use the power of the stone, just like Thanos, and bring the giant back to life. With him as our sidekick, we fix the route west and travel to the first camp. Now in this playthrough, this will be the hardest fight, as it's one giant versus two, but after 3 or 4 tries we manage to slay the mighty beasts at this first camp. We take their beautiful toes and then rest for 24 hours and activate the power of the stone again. Now we have 3 giants. You get where this is going, right? With an army of giants at hand, we travel from camp to camp, turning friend into foe in our quest to acquire as many giant toes as we can. After some battles, we realize that this tactic unfortunately created Skyrim's space program, and our club-swinging friends tend to send their brethren into orbit, making us lose precious limbs. This made Faust change his tactics and disband his newfound army for another overpowered companion in the game, meaning Mercurio, the sellsword from Riften. But before renouncing the lovely friend Faendal, we train archery with him, because he is our companion. Every time we train with him, we can ask him to trade some items and get the money back. This can be repeated until we get the maximum level that he can teach. We do this just to level up a few times and not get one-shotted by the rest of the giants remaining around the world. With this done, we achieve level 7 and go and hire Mercurio. Now this is the most overpowered companion, at least at this level, and he can easily kill giants as long as you can kite them long enough for him to go for the kill. Be careful to equip a distraction spell and use it as often as you can, as for this guide we need to reach level 40 distraction in order to buy a very special spell. With this powerful ally, we leave Riften and proceed to visit all the giant camps in Skyrim, taking as many toes as we can. We create our rampaging route to finish in the geyser area of the map, where in between fighting our friends the giants, we collect as many creep clusters as we can. Now this area on a single sweep got us about 44 creep clusters. That would be more than enough. Having collected these ingredients, it is time to get started on the next step of our journey, cleaning barnacles.
Oh, barnacles!
Not the best or interesting job in the world, but it's honest work. Best place on the map is just west of Windhelm, just beyond Anga's Mill, in a location of which I'm positive 90% of you have never heard of, Lake Yorgrim. Now, the wiki says that you can find up to 31 barnacles here, but even to save my life, I could not find more than 20 pieces. This would have to suffice for now. Next on the list is more toe hunting, but being that all giants have been wiped out, we had to be inventive. So we opened the wiki and searched for places where these bad boys can be found in the open. Of note, we can find 4 in Windhelm, 2 in Calixto's museum and 2 in the Palace of the King's upper quarters, 3 in the Jarl's Palace in Downstar, 1 in Whiterun at the Companion's Hall and 1 in Riften's Alchemy shop. This should net you about 30 toes, not yet enough, but close to the finish line. We take a well-deserved break from all the giant farming and take this time to engage in just regular old-fashioned farming. Wheat is what we need, and wheat is what we'll get. We open the map and start traveling all around the big cities of Skyrim. Just as in real life, the castles are surrounded by peasants that work for the king to produce food. We go around these farms and steal all their early crops. This brings us to about 60 wheat. That will be more than enough. Now, if you follow this guide, you'd have at this point a lot of gold pillaged from your adventure and about 30 levels in destruction. We'll need to train a little bit more. The best and fastest way to do this is to travel to Windhelm to the court wizard and just pay him with your hard-earned septims until you reach level 40. At this level, buy the spell Ice Storms from the same guy. It's time for our next trick. Time for fishing, my friends, but not any normal pole fishing, but fishing straight out of Russia. It's time to use the powers of magic and go salmon hunting. Best spot on the map is the coast between Dawnstar and Solitude. Going around this area, you'll find banks of tree fish swimming in the shallow water. Just use Ice Storm spell above the water and put them to sleep. This will allow you to get the most special ingredient, one of the rarest in Skyrim. And I'm talking about salmon roe. This trip around the coast will get you around 40 pieces of this most delicious treat. Not enough yet, but we get the rest from Riften Lake and also try our luck next to waterfalls. Don't recommend doing this as it's hard as hell to catch these damned bastards as they swim against the stream. 66 salmon roe and that is enough. Now for the easiest to find ingredient on the list. It's time for some garlic hunting. This can be found in almost any home around the province, so we travel from city to city and from house to house and steal this delicious condiment from all the nords around the kingdom. Doing this, we get about 64 portions of garlic. We are almost done, guys. A few more hops and we are there. Being that a lot of time has passed in the game through our fast traveling, giants have respawned, so we go and kill some for a laugh. 44 giant toes in our inventory. We go then and remove the barnacles around the lake from before. Next step is to use the power of the heavens and boost our experience gain, so we go and activate the thief stone. And for the last part, we travel to Solitude's clothing shop and purchase an alchemy enchanted item. We use this power at an enchantment bench and put this boost on 4 items of clothing: a hat, a glove, a ring and an amulet. With everything on us, we travel back to Riverwood where it all began and go to the starting Alchemist bench. Now to explain how alchemy experience is gained. The more expensive the potion, the more experience gained. And by following this video, you unknowingly connected all the ingredients for the most 2 expensive potions in Skyrim. So at the Alchemist bench, this is what you should have: 4 enchantments of alchemy, the thief stone activated, this shopping list in your inventory, and points in alchemy as soon as you level up. I recommend going for creep cluster, giant toes and wheat until you have no more ingredients left. Specking points in the skill anytime you have the option, and then changing the formula for this most hidden potion from the game. Look at this! This potion is hell of expensive, like for reals. Leveling alchemy up is as easy as subscribing to this channel.
Stop right there, criminal scum!
If you like this video, see you in the next one.